Thank you. Very nice presentation. I think that what is needed between the two communities, the ecological and epidemiological one, is take into account the biodiversity. Because we work, I know that I saw something on that. We work in the respiratory diseases a lot on the microbiome, the fact that this is going down, this is why we have more people suffering from these diseases, and we recognize two kinds of biodiversity. The internal one with the microbiome that we can assess after a training, I agree with you, and the external one.
Yes, may I reply, Robert? Yeah,
of course, yes.
If you look at this, figure, I mean, public health sciences is really at the interface between what I call biomedical sciences and ecological sciences. And we need to integrate, I mean, the two, I mean, I would say fields of research using public health sciences as being the integration field to do that work.
Questions?
It's a more general question. I'd like to come back to this exposome concept. Is there any trial to assess a way to measure that rather than keeping a concept for models?
Maybe Isabella and Remy would like to say something.
I don't know, Remy, if you want to, because we are in two European-funded projects. For me, it's the HILS project. For Remy, it's the HELIX, in which we are studying this. So I can speak about what we are doing in the HILS project. We have we work on existing data, and then using so with the data mining essentially and agent-based modeling, we try to assess as many interactions as possible, taking into account all the important points, if possible, for all the life, and then from the analysis of this data that are sometimes provided simply by probability approach, we move to a new bird cohort in which we are going to better assess what the previous analysis has indicated. And we have omics approaches with adoptomics, proteomics, and we work on twins because twins, monozygotic twins, have the same genetics, so we think through epigenetics we can have some additional information. So real data, model data, so it was complicated.
Yeah, it's because exposome can lead that. Remy, just you want to say a word?
Regarding another project, HELIX, which is led by Martin Vried at CREAL Barcelona, we have a very intense field work with a combination of exposure biomarkers, including pesticides, heavy metals, phthalates, phenols, so hundreds of that you can assess with blood and urines, in combination with personal sensors of UV, particulate matter, volatile organic compounds, and all the information that you can collect through geographic information systems. So this is likely to add up to several hundred exposures, but this is obviously very cumbersome for participants. They still accept. And very expensive, of course. We are far from having the very simple blood drop that our colleagues doing genomic research rely on. So that's why there's the hope, as Isabella mentioned, that some of the omics data could be used to have to provide some synthetic measure of exposure to, say, exposures with the common pathways of action.
I guess we can also discuss this in the roundtable. So this ends the first session where we had, some of those examples, and we will start the next session, session 2, which is based mostly on methodologies, and the chairperson will be Sylvie Jousseaume for this next. The coffee break will be, in the middle of session 2. This is because, to let more time also for the roundtable.